doing just an incredible job with Joe Biggs and Josh Owens. Jakari, tell us what you've witnessed there. You're right in front of the mini mart that's burned down right behind you. Jakari, pretty incredible videos you filed last night. Tell us what you saw.
Thank you. Jakari Jackson reporting for Infowars.com. Now, as you alluded to, we are in Ferguson, Missouri, the site where riots broke out over the weekend following the shooting death of unarmed teenager Michael Brown. Now, the reports are contradictory, but even if the official police narrative is true, and that's a big if, that after a scuffle with Brown, the police chased him down, having shot him, then shot him again multiple times while he was fleeing. You can't shoot an unarmed suspect, especially one that's running away from you. So there are some big concerns about that.
Wow, that's been confirmed? Boy, they're trying to I didn't know that.
Well, that's the story. That's the story that they're giving. We don't know exactly what happened. You know, the people are saying that he wasn't even having a confrontation with the police. He pretty much had his hands up. As we saw last night, the peaceful protesters we encountered saying, hands up, don't shoot. So like I said, the reports are contradictory at this point. So we came out here last night, and days prior we had known about the riots and all the things going on. You can see the evidence of some of the riots behind me. This is the Quick Trip store that was burned horrifically. I don't know if they have plans to open this facility again. I wouldn't blame them if they never did. So this place was vandalized, people looting, people stealing the ATM out of this facility. And I'm sure many of our viewers have now seen the gentleman saying that, hey, this is what you're supposed to do when the police come and bring violence to your community. I disagree with that. People are lashing out. They're angry. They have the right to be angry, but you don't submit that anger to your own community. You don't say, I'm mad at the cops, so let's go burn down the mini mart right around the corner. You know, that's a completely dumb thing to do. But the people we met last night, they were largely peaceful. You know, they had some harsh words for the police, but they weren't being physically violent. And the police responded. Maybe we can get a shot, turn around, and show you where the police blockade was. Right where you see the camera aimed right now, that's where the police blockade was. They had the big military-type vehicles, the guys out here with the riot shields, the heavy armor, the snipers on top of the vehicle. And that's the thing I want to talk about, Alex, because we were out here, as I said, many of the people, well, most of the people were calm people. You did have some people yelling slurs at the officers and so forth. And for some reason, some guy thought it would be a good idea to throw a water bottle at the police, and things got hot for a second, but quickly cooled down. But talking about the sniper, there was a sniper on top of one of these vehicles aiming a loaded gun at people who were standing in the street with their hands up. We released that video on Infowars.com, and I was doing my rounds in the mainstream media today, and I didn't see anybody talking about the sniper putting red dots on your chest if you dare stand into a street that was blocked off from both ends.
That is huge, and we have video of this. I mean, I would get mad if a red dot was on me, and I wasn't, and I didn't have a weapon, and I wasn't threatening people. One time I was protesting the Klan. We have video of this. And I was sitting there in a T-shirt and blue jeans with my camera guy, Mike Hansen, and they said, look at the parking garage. And the cops, the sheriff's department, had their rifles aimed at me. So I guess it's just this form of intimidation. Did they aim a rifle at you, Jakari?
Well, they were aiming rifles. You saw guys, I don't know how well you can see on the iPhone, but we do have some high-def footage that's coming up soon on Infowars.com. Guys hiding behind the big military vehicles, aiming guns at the crowd. I didn't personally get a red dot on my chest, but, you know, maybe I looked, you know, too professional for them to do that. They said, well, we don't want to intimidate the reporters. And another thing I want to talk about, the misinformation, the compartmentalization of the police themselves. Because as I said, we have the blockade over here, but there is also a blockade further down the street on West Fluorescent, and the officers had that blocked off as well. And I said, officer, can we go down the street? He said, you can walk down the street, you just can't drive. We don't want any car traffic. We said, fine. And I also asked the officer, I said, is there a PIO or somebody else I can talk to? He said, yeah, go down the street, past the Quick Trip, the PIO's down there. I said, great. So we walked down the street, and I tried to approach the officers, but as I already pointed out, if you got anywhere near the police who are all hiding behind the big military vehicles, they pointed a red dot at you. So, hey, go down there and talk to the PIO who's hiding behind the, you know, the snipers and the red dots and all that stuff. And that's how they're pretty much silencing the media here. And we talked to other journalists here as well, local journalists, people from other affiliates, and they said, yeah, pretty much, if we can't get a statement, they won't let us talk to us. We even saw a couple of journalists out here with body armor, so I guess they expected things to get pretty hot.
Well, I mean, no police have been hurt. I know a helicopter reportedly got shot at, but I mean, this is like an occupying army. And I'm not just trying to bash the police, but come on. Black armored vehicles, pointing red dots at reporters and people, that is outrageous. And I would get, I mean, I'm just telling people, I would get very upset if I'm standing there with my hands up and the cops are aiming red dots at my chest. hiding behind armored vehicles like total cowards. I mean, they shouldn't have got into this profession if they're just running around basically going to the bathroom in their pants at the side of a bunch of teenagers. I mean, this is crazy.
Exactly right. Yeah, and as you saw the videos last night, people got down in the street, walking around with their hands up, even got down on the ground, not so much in submission, but showing their solidarity.
A protest.
Showing, hey, we're not out here. Yeah, protesters, not the looters. We saw looters in days past, but nobody was looting last night, at least in our area. And people said, hey, we're out here, we're being strong, we're just trying to show.
Again, the miracle of Skype is with us, but Jakari's video, very crisp video of your TV viewer, just cut out. We're going to reconnect with him, and then we're going to let him continue on with his excellent breakdown, and then we're going to continue into the next hour with Staff Sergeant Joe Biggs, reporting with his military perspective. Staff Sergeant retired on this, but I mean, I tell you, man, cops pointing their rifles with red dots at you. I know with the different state laws and things, unless you think you're an imminent threat and an individual is brandishing a weapon, to point a loaded gun at them violates the use of force. I think it's extreme.
This is an alert. If your business or church is building this year, you're about to pay more than you should. This could mean thousands of dollars more for your office, retail space, church, or warehouse. A General Steel building can save you as much as half the cost and time of similar conventional construction. And we're offering rebates of up to $20,000 to help you build today. Call General Steel for free information that could save you thousands. Call 866-91-STEEL. 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to generate an endless supply of natural silver solutions. SilverLungs.com. You'll find no wild claims or pseudoscience, just a lifetime of nano-sized pure silver solutions. The Silver Lungs generator allows you to make your own, so stop paying for silver solutions. The unique lung delivery system targets respiratory infections where other silver solutions simply cannot reach. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at SilverLungs.com. That's SilverLungs.com.
Hi, folks. Alex Jones here with some important information. I want to tell you about Matt Redhawk and his team of patriots over at My Patriot Supply. Several years ago, Matt was sitting in his two-bedroom apartment, frustrated with the direction this country was headed, and the charlatans willing to sell us out for a quick buck. Deciding to take action, a company run by patriots for patriots was born. My Patriot Supply has never taken a loan or accepted outside funding. They now operate 2 distribution facilities and employ over 50 hardworking American men and women. It is rare to find companies who practice what they preach. And that's why I stock my pantry with high-quality storable foods from My Patriot Supply. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/Alex today for special offers on emergency food storage, or call their preparedness specialist at 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Do business with someone who shares your values. mypatriotsupply.com/Alex.
Curious about what comes next? Next is the feeling of vulnerability you get after you arrive home to discover your house has been ransacked by burglars. Fool the bad guys with a new improved fake TV. You asked for it, we listened, and we made our new fake TV 3 times brighter than our previous model. The brightness of our new fake TV is equivalent to a 40-inch TV. It simulates the color and motion of a real TV while you're away from home. And when burglars think someone is home watching television, they're likely to pass your house and move on to an easier target. The new, brighter fake TV is only $39.95 and includes free shipping. Go to faketv.com or call 1-877-5-FAKE-TV. That's 877-532-5388. Or go to faketv.com. Fake TV, the burglar deterrent.
Listening to live global coverage of what Jesse Jackson says could go nationwide. Ferguson, nights of rioting and some looting. And the police now are basically keeping the media out and aiming rifle laser scopes at people's chests, I guess, is in an attempt at intimidation. And another individual they claim that was pointed a handgun at him got shot last night. And the real problem here is this will be used as a political diversion away from everything else Obama's doing, getting communities just to fight with each other. Jakari Jackson, of course, 2 years ago, the regular Army trained for martial law in different areas of St. Louis and surrounding suburbs. Have any of the locals brought that up, or what is their sense of what happened? And how long do you think this could go on?
Well, I think it will continue. Like I said, it's been going on since, I guess, Sunday or so. And there are a lot of people out here last night, and people said they're going to keep coming. So we'll try to be out here tonight as well. Their sense of it, they view it as general police brutality. They say this thing happens all too often in their community, especially if their side of the story is true, that Michael Brown posed no threat, and I definitely believe that's possible, walking around with his hands up, didn't want to be in a confrontation with the police. And also people did recognize, they say, this is a police state. We encountered several individuals last night on our Ustream who knew about their Bill of Rights, who recognized they had a First Amendment right, who recognized that this is a police state, that you don't need all these police officers out here in such a way. I understand the police side of it, that you've had riots, they burned down this building. I understand why you want to have a police presence out here. But the big military vehicles aiming a sniper at somebody's chest, that is completely over the top. And I think, somebody needs to address that at the police department to say why they felt it was necessary to aim a sniper rifle at somebody who's walking in the street with their hands up.
Yeah, I think you guys should go down to the police department and file a complaint that you witnessed unarmed people with their hands up exercising their First Amendment while police from concealment aimed. I know you're a firearms guy, so maybe you know what type of rifle or handgun it was, Jakari, but we do have video of this. And I would get upset by guys up on the dash of a vehicle, up on the hood of an MRAP, these Homeland Security vehicles that were in Iraq, aiming it at your chest. And they're like, oh, we didn't shoot a guy with his hands up, but now you've got your hands up, and so we're going to aim a rifle at your chest. I mean, maybe if they mow down a bunch of people right there, they'll just claim you were all in the back of a police car, Jakari. Maybe if they kill you, they'll claim you assaulted them.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely ridiculous. Like you could see clearly in the videos, there's a good distance between everybody and the police officers, especially the guy who had his hands up in the street. He's probably a good 100 yards away from the officer, at least that. And the guy's aiming the rifle at his chest. And I definitely want to point out to people, this is what they use to justify the police state. This is what they use to justify the MRAPs and the heavy armor and the snipers. They say, look what happened in Ferguson. So that's why we need all these big armored trucks. That's why we need all these other armaments to stop situations like that. So, just to anybody out there, definitely be peaceful. There's a right way to protest. There's a wrong way to loot. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to give them any excuse to have the things that they have.
That's right. You're supposed to loot like the foreign Federal Reserve with tens of trillions in banker bailouts. That's okay. But if you get mad and a few thugs take advantage of the police covering a protest, to rob a store, well, let's blame everybody for that. Again, it's two separate events. What really happened with the young man needs to be looked at, investigated. We don't endorse the looting either, but we don't endorse police aiming lasers at peaceful men, women, and children's chest, playing army. It's just such a joke, Jakari. We're going to come back. We're going to come back and talk to Jakari Jackson from Ferguson, Missouri, right outside St. Louis. And then we're going to talk to Joe Biggs and get his perspective. Maybe walk up and get some closer shots of the burned out buildings. Second hour coming up. Stay with us. All we're offering is the truth, folks. Nothing more. PrisonPlanet.tv.
Visit GCNlive.com today.
From the water table to our soils to the atmosphere itself, our world is becoming more and more toxic each and every day. But it's not just the air outside that's toxic. Indoor air has been shown to have 2 to 5 times higher concentrations of pollutants than even outdoor air. And most Americans spend 90% of their time inside using toxic chemicals within their homes. There are more than 42 million smokers in the United States. Well over 1,000 types of mold and mildew linked to numerous conditions. And don't forget the fact that 6 million Americans live with pets they're allergic to as well. When I began to research these statistics, it was clear to me it was time to start cleansing my lungs in order to combat the toxic environment that we cannot escape, but that we can fight back against. Made with organic and wild cultivated herbs and manufactured in the USA, the new InfoWars Life Lung Cleanse is here in a convenient spray bottle that can be brought with you throughout any toxic environment. Now available exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling